Hey Brickmaniacs, happy Monday. We got some awesome stuff back in the pipeline, including the CHP duo back in action this week on brickmania.com. Quick note from me though before we get started, in case you missed Monday's episode, remember we got 2 brand new YouTube channels, one of which is for the Designer Studio episode, which are more comprehensive breakdowns of these builds, and then one is for our animations. It's the Brickmania Reels channel, so as we begin to fire those back up, we're going to start by uploading those and making sure they're ready to rock on that channel as well. So very excited for both of those avenues, and a lot more content to come, including more stuff on TikTok, podcasts, etc. So make sure to stay tuned. Otherwise, like I said, awesome stuff back on brickmania.com this week, so let's take a closer look. All right, and we're kicking things off with a Minifig Monday, so who else are we going to have in the studio but Landon, the Minifig man, taking a closer look at really what is kind of a classic lineup of figures back, some old, some new, but a really nice mix. And because we've got 4 figures plus a figure add-on pack back online this Monday, I figured we'd take a little closer look at them. So which one do you want to start with?
Right here, front and center. What's the official marketing title for this, guys?
The Noc Jaeger Pack is what is back.
Noc Jaeger Pack.
The figure itself is still available and actually marked down on clearance currently, so you can save a little bit if you want to complete this loadout.
So that's the Liebermuster camouflage pattern. Very late war, highly sought after. I think I saw an original example of a tunic. It's up for sale for like 30 grand or something like that. So
just buy the minifigure, people.
Just buy the minifigure. It's way cheaper.
Seriously.
And of course he's sporting this STG 44 with that that's precursor to that Starlight scope or something like that. It's the what is this thing called? The Vampire, right? So what this thing was in real life, it was a big infrared spotlight on top, and there's a huge battery pack on the back of this guy, and that would power that just the flashlight there, and the scope actually can see that infrared. So
that's really cool.
Very cutting edge. It gets crazier. So the camouflage pattern actually ties in with this. Kind of a crazy orange, like vibrant looking. It actually apparently was designed with the infrared printing in mind. Some dyes actually are really vibrant in infrared under night vision goggles, and this camouflage pattern, from my understanding, was actually designed with dyes that do not react with infrared. So they were expecting the enemy eventually to get a hold of night vision capabilities as well.
So a lot of intent there, very cool.
Yeah. A lot of engineering and thought going into it, as was typical for a lot of their stuff. So yeah, perfect caliber treatment on that, and we have a custom 3D printed backpack for that pack. So make sure to pick that up along, and also pick up the minifigure to go with that. Minifigure has that Liebermuster camo. We got the field cap with, I believe that is the Splinter camo. And then his face, really creepy looking. That's kind of this like burlap sort of woven knit thing that would break up the silhouette of the face.
Yeah, it's wild looking.
Yeah,
especially transferred onto that minifig head. But
you'd see snipers wear it a lot, or snipers would wear this as well. Just really spooky and ominous looking. So, pick this guy up.
Sweet, there you have it. Once again, the add-on pack back in action. The figure already available online.
.2 Hawk next up.
We're sticking in World War II for now.
Yes. Also, make sure to pick up a M1 Garand.
Perfect caliber, also being restocked today.
Yes. So and I like that one. It's got some nice...
Steal his look.
I think that... Steal his look. I don't even know where to pivot from that one, man. I'm just like destroyed my entire train of thought.
Sorry, homie.
I like on the Garand, the Gerund, that top printing on there as well.
Yeah.
So I think this is a 3-surface print for this perfect caliber gun, which just kind of really captures that look. Uniforms. This is .2 Hawk, where it's a kind of an interesting story.
Climb straight up a cliff.
Yeah, nuts. It's like big grappling hook boat things. I don't know. It was insane. Gas detection brassered on the arm, so it would change to pink, I think, if in the presence of poisonous gas. He's wearing the assault vest, which is kind of a specifically made vest for the D-Day assault. I think kind of a precursor to a lot of more modern combat sort of vests, but the implementation at the time was a little bit not the best. So, but precursor. He's wearing the life preserver belt which I mean, it's an interesting. There's more modern versions of this again with a lot of this equipment. At the time, I think the way it was designed was actually kind of dangerous because
you could flip upside down.
Yes, you could flip upside down.
Yeah.
Not what you want to be when you're in the water. But again, it was sort of a precursor to things to come. Printing on the helmet, front and back, and again going with that gas mask bag that goes with that gas detection brassard. So that black thing is the gas mask bag.
Right.
Finally, for our last World War II guy.
Yes.
The incredibly awesome, ever popular.
I feel like we need a drum roll here,
Filthy
but there you have
13.
it. Yeah.
And yes, it includes the mohawk and the texture printed helmet. You got that scrimmage? Not scrimmage, I don't know
On
what
the
that
front,
is.
you mean?
Yeah, well, so the helmet actually has this like netting on the background, and then you have this little burlap stuff just kind of woven into there to give it a really messy look, really break up that helmet silhouette. But yeah, then you have the med kit affixed to the front there. I don't know if you can get a better shot of that.
We'll get in on it, yep.
Yeah, so you can see how that's texture printed on there. Right, see that? I mean, that was one of the hardest prints to pull off. Even still,
especially for the time.
Yeah, especially for the time, and still, it's held up. It's one of my favorite helmets. Perfectly goes with the minifigure. He's got that paratrooper uniform. It's kind of grimy. Sometimes they would I don't know if they paint it up or something, but it just looked really grimy. I mean, Filthy 13, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So the face painting, I think that. Just an extra level of psychological warfare. I mean, if you saw these guys with this crazy face painting going on.
I believe their leader was Choctaw Indian.
Right on. Yeah. What else do you want to talk about this guy? So he's got, I like the ammo pouch. This is a bit of an older design actually, but I think it still holds up nicely. But the ammo pouches are, they're made kind of in the field. They're not like an issued ammo pouches, but it's like riggers.
Canvas put together.
Well, it's probably the same material, but yeah, I think they call them the riggers pouches that the rigger on the base would kind of stitch up custom stuff for the special forces of the time. Jump boots as well. And when you take a hard landing out of the, parachuting. Make sure to pick up a perfect caliber. That is also being restocked.
Yes, carbine is back as well.
Yep. And that does it. Let's take a nice little peek at this World War II
Yeah,
lineup
let's see the
here.
lineup. That is awesome.
Yes, and again, you do get that helmet with the Filthy 13. Awesome. Moving on to some modern stuff.
All right.
More restocks. This is the, Ranger. No,
V1 and 2.
V1,
Raider.
yeah. Raider, not Ranger. Raider. Marine Raiders. Not V1, it's 1 and 2. These guys are designed to kind of go together.
Good point.
So one over here with just baseball cap, kind of like a non-traditional loadout, just like all these special forces, right? They had access to different gear, more custom gear, and so at the time they were working closely with Afghanistan special forces. The national camouflage of Afghanistan is woodland, so that's why you saw kind of a resurgence of woodland camouflage pattern being worn by American special forces, because you want to
match the guys you're out there with.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what he's decked out with. SOP mod, go with that.
Both of these perfect calibers are in stock.
Yes.
They're not restocking today, but you can pick them up.
SOP mod, and then he's got the HAC.
Yes.
Which they're both decked. They both have like M4 pouches, but you would see these guys with either like an M4 or HAC, a variety of weapons. So
and if you want to have a variety.
Let's give it a little 360.
So let's point out some of the differences between the two. Obviously, you can tell backpack on the back is different. One guy's got looks like some medical shears, etc.
I'll ditch the guns for now. Let me get a closer look. So he is V1 or not V1. One is wearing.
That's my fault.
It's all good now. It's in my head. He's got the standard Marine. What do they call it? Like rat boots.
Sure. Okay.
So it's like a design for a little bit more rugged terrain. You don't see them. I don't think they're deployed anymore, but you would see them occasionally. This guy is wearing some just standard hiking boots of some sort. That were just tended to be favored at the time. A little bit more lightweight compared to the issue stuff. This guy's the full camouflage uniform. This guy has the gray jacket, Just like kind of civilian purchase stuff that worked is their personal preference, right? So they got to customize their gear a lot more. Yeah, fast helmet and
UV and 3D printed, which is awesome.
So that's that.
Yeah, there you have it, man. One heck of a rundown back for Minifig Monday. Some of these figures we have not seen in a while, so of course a good opportunity to go through and take a closer look at the collection. But there you have it. Hopefully they're still available. Otherwise, Landon, thanks for checking in, man.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so moving on from Minifig Monday, we do have a rundown of restocks and restock pre-orders hitting brickmania.com. Starting with our restock pre-orders, we have the Albatross D5, which harkens back to an era of more colorful wartime aircraft, that's for sure. You can see from the color scheme that this thing is, well, it would stand out in the sky a little bit. Although I suppose blues and whites, that's a little bit more less out there than some of the other World War I aircraft that we've seen. Awesome printing along the sides of this thing, a little bit of a mix with that crossed element on the top as well. Very, very well done by the UV print team. All in all, a solid, colorful build and an excellent addition to one's World War I aircraft lineup. Also back is the Panzer III, which is kind of the most updated version of the Panzer III that Brickmania has out so far. Lots of printing all over this thing. A little bit of mix for stickers on the side there for some of those more cross-elemented areas. But as you can see, hatches, extra treads, printing on the turret, that antenna, extra printed road wheels, including all of those wheels on the bottom there. And then obviously that Commander minifigure as well. So the Panzer III back on restock pre-order. Moving now into straight up restocks, the CHP Duo back once again because we just cannot seem to keep this thing in stock, and for good reason too. It is an awesome little duo, great little micro builds for the bikes themselves, and then obviously that cut acrylic that's UV printed for the front windscreen just really brings this build together. Looks very, very sharp. Minifigures excellent as always, including those 3D and UV printed helmets. Just super, super sharp looking. So both the Duo back again. So if you don't have this in your collection, make sure to get it. Also makes a great gift for anybody who may not be super into Brickmania, but was big into the TV show. A really, really cool little build there. And then finally, we have the Mercury Redstone 3, which is one of our awesome kind of desk display pieces for the Space Race theme. Got an awesome minifigure included with that, as well as a little bit of printing, combination of stickers. But like I said, just with that display base, the figure itself, and then everything together really does make a nice little display piece. So you can show your Brickmania / Space Race fandom at work. And then finally, we have the Air Raid Shelter and Minefield Tile Pack, also restocked on brickmania.com. And that will do it for your rundown. All right, that'll do it for me here on a Monday. Thank you very much for watching.
Your eyeball's going out this way. That's just like filler noise.
Yeah.
You got two pupils focusing on your phone.
There's a reason why our eyes are facing forward and not set on the side of our heads like a horse.
But we've advanced and have cell phones now.
Because we're Apex Predators.
Yeah, Apex, so we can Apex see the singular screen.
See? we can Apex see things. CPEX.
It's right here. Weird. My nose is in the way. I can't see.
Wax on, wax off.
I can't see because my nose is in the way. I can't see it. Sorry.
Doesn't your brain just remove your nose?
Well, right, but it still doesn't. You still can't. Like, right here, I can't see. I can't see my hand.
Because of where your nose is?
Yeah. So that's why cell phone is the superior video format.
We'll see what the internet thinks.